I'm Andrea Lohman, Director of Growth and Assets at Wulvern Housing. Wulvern Housing was set up in the first place to make sure that we created homes and communities.
My name is Jenny Hodkinson. I'm a sheltered housing coordinator for Wulvern, and I've worked since 1979 in sheltered housing. The problems today with most of our courts are that they're not fit for purpose in some cases. We've got many bed sits, and a lot of them haven't got their own toilet and bathroom facilities. Because of the layout of the building, they have to actually walk down through communal areas, either in their night attire or whatever they've got on, just so that they can get to the bathrooms. A lot of the lifts are not fit for purpose. When they were put in, we didn't have so many wheelchairs or electric wheelchairs or people on the what they call walking frames. They won't take more than 1 or 2 people in, which, you know, if somebody's in a wheelchair and they've got somebody pushing them, we're having to put them in the lift, shut the outer door and the inner doors, run downstairs and then get them when they come to the bottom. A lot of the buildings don't have easy access for people with poor mobility. People with disabilities or walking problems find it very difficult.
We also have properties it's been uneconomic to repair, and properties like Doddington we will eventually demolish and provide new bungalows which are for people who have disabilities. Properties like Brooklands House, which again have become uneconomic to repair, and it's important for Wulvern to be able to have the funding in place to make sure that in the future we are able to deal with such properties.
I'm Wulvern's Partnerships Director. I think the work that we do genuinely transforms lives and communities. The work on the Sherborne estate, absolutely crucial. There's a lot of talk about a vision for Crewe. This is delivering the vision for Crewe. So there's been a transformation to a place where people want to live.
I'm Emma Boyd.
And I'm Malcolm Boyd.
And we've just moved into the Sherborne estate. We've been here about a month now.
And basically, about 17 years ago, I used to live on the estate in one of the blocks on Hazelmere Way that's actually been knocked down.
Before the work started on the estate, I found it quite scary to come on, to be honest. It was dark, it was dingy. When I was a child, I had friends that lived on the estate, and I used to come after school with them, and in the winter, the dark nights, you know, quite early, it was quite scary to walk home afterwards.
It was eerie, wasn't it?
Yeah, walking down the gullies and everything, and people would be standing down the gullies and they were quite narrow, and you'd be afraid to walk down.
There was hiding places for thieves, you know, people that, druggies or whatever. You couldn't really see anything out your front door, out your kitchen window, bar, walls, you know, other people's gates, fences. It was a horrible place to live, to be honest with you.
My name's David Jinks. I'm the Police Community Support Officer for Moor Green, and my main beat is obviously the Sherborne estate. My first experiences on this estate when I first arrived about 3.5 years ago was, what the heck have I taken on? Because it was really like Beirut. The estate was really rough. There's alleyways here, there and everywhere. And I thought there's no way this is going to be easy to police. Some of the problems that we have on the estate were antisocial behaviour, graffiti, children throwing stones at windows, damaging property. Also we've got drug problems on the estate as well.
Hello, my name is Jill. I've lived on Hazelmere Way for nearly 10 years. When I first moved onto the estate with my husband and my daughter, the estate was in really a bad state. It was old-fashioned, it was tired, lots of alleyways which I didn't feel safe walking down, and when it went dark at night I didn't feel very safe.
When we first got offered property on this estate, we had a drive round. At first I was a bit intimidated. Oh, I don't really want to go back on that estate. My friends group on that estate, but we had a drive round, and it just seemed, everything seemed to be so much calmer, a nicer atmosphere. It was just really
More
pleasant
open.
to see. Yeah. And we thought about it, and we took it, and we're so happy, aren't we?
Unbelievable.
It's so quiet, you know, the kids absolutely love it. There's no shouting, screaming outside or nothing. It's fantastic. Really love it. The house is absolutely very warm.
It is.
We don't even need to have the heating on. It's really eco-friendly. And
Yes.
it's gonna
Solar
save us a lot.
panels on the roof that heat the water, which is saving money on gas.
Yeah,
Definitely.
going to save us a lot on the bills and stuff. It's really light
good.
and airy as well, into a lot
Yeah.
of windows. And when we look out the windows, all we see is nice things, don't we?
Greenery,
It's
yeah,
really nice and tidy, and it's a big improvement. Really happy
Very
with
much
it.
so.
Since the regeneration of the area, the work that's been carried out is actually superb. It's actually helped the police no end. We've had a lot of the properties knocked down, and which has opened up a wide space so that we can now see the front of the houses. I mean, I know it's cost a lot of money, and money doesn't come cheap these days. But it would be really good to see the rest of the estate done, because obviously you go around the corner and you go back to the Bay Route look, and that's what we need to get rid of. I mean, it has lifted the area up 110%.
Since the redevelopment of the estate, my home has been made a lot better. It's virtually a new home. It's virtually a new estate. It's made a big difference to my family. Sorry. And a big difference to my life, because I was scared before and I'm not scared anymore. My house is lovely and I love my home, and it's all thanks to Wulvern and everything that they've done.
Whilst we know the work on Sherborne in many ways has acted as a catalyst for the regeneration of Crewe, there are other areas where that kind of approach is sorely needed.
Wulvern have invested a lot of money since we started as an organisation, nearly £100 million to date in our properties, to make sure that they're fit for purpose. It's not just about the houses and the bricks and mortar, it's also about the environment.
What are the true costs involved in not doing this kind of work? Once you ask yourself those questions, and organisations ask those questions, then that really gets you into smart decision making. The best form of protecting your assets as a business is to get the people who live on these estates to take ownership for them. We can't do everything, but that's not an excuse to do nothing.
This video was produced by Drew Kirk Productions.